Last spring, a total of 8 women came forward accusing Joe Biden of inappropriate touching. In late March of this year, one of these women, Reade, decided to come forth and tell her full story in a podcast interview with Halper. But Reade's testimony goes far beyond inappropriate touching. Reade told Halper that Biden had penetrated her using his fingers. Most recently, on May 9th, Reade shared her story on an interview with Megyn Kelly, where she detailed a series of events that led to the alleged assault. This is what we know. In an interview with Megyn Kelly published on YouTube on May 9th, Reade recalls being sexually harassed during her time as a staff assistant in Biden's Senate office in 1993. She told Megyn that Biden would sometimes put his hand on the back of her neck and stroke it. When recalling the instance of sexual assault, Reade claimed she was asked to hand then-Senator Biden a gym bag in the Russell Senate office building. She said that this is when Biden pushed her against a wall and slid his hand under her skirt. Reade states that he then used his fingers to penetrate her. Reade goes on to say that Biden was whispering vulgar words to her at the same time. Reade says that Biden pulled away when she did not respond to his advances and then pointed his finger at her saying, "You are nothing to me." Reade recalls Biden shaking her by the shoulders and telling her, "You're all right," when he noticed she was unsettled. This isn't the first time Reade recalls an alleged assault while working for Biden. According to court documents from March 25, 1996, obtained by the San Luis Obispo Tribune, Reade's ex-husband, Theodore Dronin, states that Reade had told him about problems she was having at work regarding sexual harassment in U.S. Senator Joe Biden's office. The declaration goes on to say, "Petitioner told me that she eventually struck a deal with the chief of staff of the senator's office and left her position." On top of that, in an interview with The Intercept, Reade also recalls her mother making an anonymous call to the Larry King Live show where she mentions Reade's situation. According to The Intercept, someone who heard the Katie Halper podcast found video footage of that call. The Larry King Live episode aired on August 11, 1993. The program was called Washington, the cruelest city on earth. Here's how the call went.
San Luis Obispo, California. Hello.
Yes, hello. I'm wondering what a staffer would do besides go to the press in Washington. My daughter has just left there after working for a prominent senator and could not get through with her problems at all. And the only thing she could have done was go to the press, and she chose not to do it out of respect for him.
Or she had a story to tell, but out of respect for the person she worked for, she didn't tell it.
That's true.
Reade has confirmed to The Intercept that the caller's voice is indeed her mother's, and property records also show that her mother was living in San Luis Obispo County. Joe Biden's campaign has denied these allegations, and in an interview on MSNBC's Morning Joe, Biden himself says, quote, "No, it is not true. I'm saying unequivocally it never happened." In other news, what's Trump doing?
President Donald Trump has yet again turned his attention to the failings of the World Health Organization and hinted that he will be holding talks about their US funding next week. During his White House press briefing last Friday, Trump slammed the UN organization for their handling of the COVID-19 crisis and letting China, quote, "get the better of the argument." The WHO is under fire for their continued and unwavering praise of China, despite the fact Xi Jinping's regime suppressed information about the coronavirus and inhumanely delayed efforts to prevent its outbreak. Trump has also accused the WHO of being China-centric, while the CIA told White House officials that Beijing was feeding the WHO false numbers, a claim that holds water considering China's infamous lack of clarity. Regarding funding the WHO, Trump said, "I don't like that. I don't think that's appropriate. I don't think it's fair to the American people. I tell that to President Xi. I tell that to Dr. Tedros. We are going to be talking about that next week in great detail. We want to make sure money is properly spent. Why is the US paying $500 million a year? Why is China paying, this year, $42 million? The answer always turns out to be in China's favor." Trump said he was looking into the possibility that he would halt the United States funding of the World Health Organization for not having informed the world community on time about the threat of the coronavirus. In a tweet, Trump said, "The WHO really blew it, for some reason funded largely by the United States, yet very China-centric. we will be giving that a good look. Fortunately, I rejected their advice on keeping our borders open to China early on. Why did they give us such a faulty recommendation? His comments prompted the Director General of the WHO, Dr. Tedros, to warn that politicizing the coronavirus will mean more, quote, body bags as the US death toll tops 22,000. A statement coming from the head of the organization that bans Taiwan from the WHO because of politics.
For more news animations and explainers, hit the subscribe and bell button to join the Tomo News family. Thanks for watching.